I can tell that the video that I uploaded about women disempowering other women became a little controversial. And of course, that was not my intent. My intent was to simply share something that has been weighing heavy on my heart because I still see it happening. And I don't know if enough awareness and attention has been brought to it. But not only that, my goal is also to be as solution oriented and talk about the topic with as much sensitivity and compassion and understanding as I can. And as I grow in the spaces that I am in, I am sure and I know that I will present better. Also, I want to thank everyone who took the time out to at least watch the video, even if you disagreed with my content after you watched it. I do appreciate you taking the time out to do that because you can tell the people who watched my content versus the ones who just wanted to say something and post a comment. And most of those comments that you can tell people did not watch were the ridiculous comments and the offensive and disrespectful comments, or comments that had nothing to do with the topic that I was talking about. So thank you to the ones who did take the time out to listen to my content and created and added value to the discussion. And right now I am working on adding more solutions to this problem because I'm not the type of person, nor do I want to be the kind of person who pops up online and say, hey, this is a problem, without offering solutions. I think we have enough going on in this world, and all of us are navigating through this thing called life with our own burdens to carry, no matter what background we come from. And no one wants another content creator or another person jumping online talking about hey, this is an issue, and not providing solutions. So I did provide some solutions in the first video. If you can go back and read it, or I'm sorry, go back and listen to it. And if you go back and listen to it, you will see that I did provide several things that we can do to mitigate and minimize abusing our power. Okay. So in the beginning, although it was a little frustrating to see some responses that just wasn't making sense, I do appreciate some people who were able to recognize that there is an issue, and it is big enough. It's a big enough issue to where we should start trying to do things about it, especially if you are about women's empowerment. Now, we can have a whole nother discussion about why empowering women and girls is important. If you want me to do a video on that, or either you want to have a dialogue, we can do that. Now, most of the comments came from Facebook, but I do want to let you know that there were people who messaged me privately and gave me some of their experiences. And I just want to read some to you. One person said, I think this was a powerful message, relevant and important. It's a topic not discussed enough or glossed over, so kudos for bringing awareness. I tried to think of myself in both positions, as a victim and an owner. I know intentionally I have not, but unintentionally I pray not. Another person sent me a private message and said, thanks so much for sharing your video about women who disempower other women. I really enjoyed the content. You expressed yourself clearly and genuinely about the topic and were spot on about the need for awareness of the issue, self-awareness, especially if in a position of power, and the value of surrounding oneself with women who empower you and lift you up. Wonderful job. So happy seeing your content flourish. I actually have two more. Okay, so this person said, this is truth. We do need healthy, strong, supportive female relationships. I moved myself and my children from one city to another because my because of my boss, who was a woman. She treated me horribly and stressed every minute and beat me down. She fired me during probation, and I threatened I won't say what that acronym is, on her for a hostile work environment. It was terrible, but she was threatened by me. Great video, do more of them. Just try to make sure your editing is a tiny bit more smoother between talks. Love your energy. Okay, those of you who have watched several of my videos, I have been very candid about the fact that I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. So thank you to those who suffer through the actual aesthetics of the video to get the message. So as I grow, you could tell people who got resources and who don't. So this is the resources that I'm working with. So yeah, but I do appreciate that. And I actually do have one more. So this one, it says, "This is funny because my best friend and I discuss this all the time, especially when they are," meaning women in power. Oh my God. Ooh, okay. So this one is, I'm just putting it out there. Okay. More controversy. So especially when they use. So there was one more comment that someone sent me that was valid, and I see it happen a lot, but I chose not to add that one because this is another issue that we come across, and I've been guilty of it also. When we take our experiences and we project it on a whole group of people. So I do want to be careful for us not to do that. So I chose not to add that comment that I received, although it was just as valid and deserves to be heard just as much as the other comments that I decided to read. That one I decided to keep to myself because it could easily shift the conversation into a more narrow and more limited scope. And that is not my goal. I need for us to all see, excuse me, some in my throat. I need for us all to see how we show up because of what we've been through. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. Yes, we have been victims of X, Y, and Z, but how are you showing up because of it? And when you get in certain positions and when you grow and when you rise and when you flourish, or you have the honor to be someone's mentor or to lead a group, are you doing what you need to do to make sure you are not perpetuating what has been done to you? That is the whole point I'm trying to make from sharing my experience and sharing and expressing my thoughts. So what you are getting ready to see and hear next is me explaining a piece of that comment that I chose not to add to this video. Enjoy. So if you watch my first video, in my first video, I expressed that we are even more vulnerable the more minority categories you fit in. That speaks to that. Now, what I'd like to do is, for those who want to take the time out to have a dialogue with me, let me know. What do you think are some solutions to us helping to be more supportive and creating a more genuine sisterhood amongst one another? Today was the last day of my cohort, and it is a sisterhood. It is a women's organization. So we talk about things like this. We talk about things, talk about how to empower one another as women, how to create a more genuine sisterhood. So the people who have taken my cohort, they are loving it. And I love how they work together to provide solutions for what works for their sisterhood. So I want to challenge you. What solutions can you bring, or do you want to talk about, or can you share with us that can help us create a more healthy environment amongst one another when we serve together as women? So I want to leave you with that. Enjoy your weekend, and I am about to enjoy mine.